Why are there not more people talking about the true cost of war? War is often glorified in movies and history books, depicted as a series of heroic battles and strategic maneuvers. But the reality is far more complex and devastating. The true cost of war extends beyond the battlefield, affecting every aspect of society and leaving scars that last for generations. War's origins are ancient. From the dawn of civilization, humans have engaged in conflicts over resources, territory, and power. These early wars were often brutal and relentless, setting the stage for the complex and devastating conflicts that would follow. Thousands of years ago, Mesopotamian city-states clashed over resources and power. These early conflicts were driven by the need to control fertile land and water sources, essential for survival in the harsh environment of the ancient Near East. Fast forward, and wars like the Napoleonic Wars and World War I redrew borders, creating and dissolving countries. The Napoleonic Wars reshaped the political landscape of Europe, leading to the rise and fall of empires. World War I resulted in unprecedented destruction and loss of life, collapsing empires and redrawing national boundaries. The economic toll of war is staggering. Wars drain national treasuries, diverting funds from essential services like education, healthcare, and infrastructure. The cost of maintaining a military, producing weapons, and rebuilding after conflicts can cripple economies for decades. World War II alone cost an estimated $4 trillion in today's money. This massive expenditure had far-reaching consequences, leading to economic instability and hardship for millions of people. And the human toll? The loss of life in war is immeasurable. Millions of soldiers and civilians have perished in conflicts throughout history, leaving behind grieving families and communities. Modern warfare, especially World War II, saw civilians making up roughly 50% of casualties. The widespread use of aerial bombings and other forms of indiscriminate violence led to the deaths of millions of innocent people. Beyond the battlefield, the psychological impact is profound. Soldiers returning from war often suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, depression, and other mental health issues. The trauma of war can also affect civilians, particularly those who have experienced violence and displacement. Soldiers and civilians suffer lasting trauma, from PTSD to depression. The mental health impact of war is often overlooked, but it is a critical aspect of the true cost of conflict. Advances in weapon technology have also been a dark legacy, with tanks in World War I and nuclear bombs in World War II, changing the nature of conflict forever. The development of increasingly destructive weapons has made wars more deadly and devastating. But it's not just humans who suffer. The environment takes a hit too. War can have devastating effects on the natural world, leading to deforestation, pollution, and the destruction of wildlife habitats. Bombings, nuclear testing, and burning oil wells leave lasting scars. The environmental damage caused by war can be extensive and long-lasting, affecting air and water quality, soil health, and biodiversity. Thankfully, international laws like the Geneva Conventions aim to reduce war's brutality. These agreements set out rules for the humane treatment of prisoners of war, the protection of civilians, and the prohibition of certain weapons. Today's wars are tech-driven, featuring cyber warfare and drones. The rise of technology has transformed the nature of conflict, making it possible to conduct warfare remotely and with greater precision. Despite global peace efforts, conflicts persist, displacing millions. The ongoing violence in many parts of the world has created a refugee crisis, with millions of people forced to flee their homes in search of safety. Lastly, consider the societal shifts. Medical advances, changes in gender roles, and political upheavals are all war's unintended legacies. Wars have often been catalysts for social change, leading to advancements in medical technology and treatment, shifts in gender roles as women take on new responsibilities, and political movements that challenge the status quo. So next time you think about war, remember its hidden toll on every facet of life. The true cost of war is far-reaching and multifaceted, affecting not only those who fight, but also future generations and the world around us. By understanding the full impact of war, we can work towards a more peaceful and just world. Stay curious, stay informed,